Oh my God. They are sick of us, honey. The fact that AI has been around since the 50s and it's coming to market now is crazy. So in today's video, I'm going to discuss the history of AI. So if you see me looking off the screen, I'm just looking at my notes to make sure I'm keeping on track with everything. And it's a very, very, very long history. So let's jump right into it. So the history of artificial intelligence is a long and fascinating one, with roots that stretch back centuries. So I'm going to give you a brief overview. Here's some of the early concepts, ancient myths, and legends, stories of artificial beings with intelligence, like the golem, in Jewish folklore, have been around for millennia. Now, philosophical foundations of AI, ancient Greek philosophers like Aristotle laid the groundwork for logic and reasoning, which is the basis of AI. Now, here's some key milestones. In 1950, raw, Alan Turing's computing machinery intelligence. 1950. We in 2024. 1950. This seminal paper introduced the Turing Test, a measure of a machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behavior equivalent to or indistinguishable from that of a human. Basically, we don't want there to be any difference between AI and a human being. So the Dartmouth Conference in 1956, this was a landmark conference where the term artificial intelligence was coined. 1956. I said 2024. We are in 2025. Marked the official birth of AI as a field of study. So from the 1960s to the 1970s, some early successes of AI. Researchers had achieved progress in areas like game playing, checkers, and theorem proving. Now, AI went through a period of delusionment and decreased funding due to limitations of early AI systems and the inability to meet the overhyped expectations. So they were trying to push it forward in the 60s and 70s, and they didn't really have the funding for it. So now we get on to the 80s, 1980s, and 1990s, which gave us the rise of expert systems. Now, these are knowledge-based systems that could mimic the decision-making ability of human experts, and this gained popularity, which increased the renewed interest around AI, and advances in computer hardware and development of new algorithms led to a resurgence of AI research. So now in the 21st century, we're in the machine learning revolution, right? Breakthroughs in machine learning, particularly deep learning, have driven significant advancements in AI, leading to breakthroughs in areas like image recognition, natural language processing, and robotics. Now, you have AI in everyday life, which is what we do on a day-to-day basis. Most people that are getting into using AI, you can use it in everyday life, you can use it in business, you can use it in your day-to-day activities. There are people that are even using it to help them write papers, and I feel them. Because you professors need one child. So AI in everyday life is increasingly integrated into our daily lives. Slowly but surely, we are increasing from smartphones, and social media to self-driving, right? Tesla's on their way, cars, and medical diagnostics. So some key takeaways from what I've discovered was that AI has a rich and complex history. That is a fact, with periods of significant progress and setbacks. The field has evolved significantly over time, with new approaches and technologies constantly emerging. And this is where I kind of want to add a point to that. This is why I'm saying that getting on the wave of AI now and the time that we live in is so significant, because even though it's new to the general public market, right, based off of what I just shared, it's been around for decades now at this point. But I think it's very beneficial and helpful, and I'm going to keep seeing it because I'm seeing how it's helping improve my business and what it is that I want to do as a creative. So I said this before, there's now AI I've learned of that can actually produce beats. I need you to understand the weight of that. People have gone to school for production. People have invested thousands of dollars in their ability to produce. And you just type in a prompt and it makes a beat for you. It ain't gotta worry about creators, writer's block. It ain't gotta worry about none of the natural human setbacks to creativity. Ultimately, AI has the potential to revolutionize many aspects of our lives, but also presents important ethical and societal changes. And that is the challenge that we've seen with people creating songs and putting artists' face on different bodies, and it's not really the artist, but now they're going through, and I'm going to get into that on my channel, they're going through and implementing regulations and implementing these things. And the reason why I think it's so impactful to get in now, because when you are in the space and you're a songwriter or you're a producer or whatever field of study that you're coming from, you understand your field, you understand the good, the bad, you understand how it could be improved. And I know that, like, for example, as a songwriter, there are some laws that are in play that have been around since the 1920s. Child, ain't nobody tying no horse to no trees. Ain't nobody riding no horse and buggies. But these laws are still in effect. So I'm not saying negate that and negate those laws and negate being able to advocate for that kind of stuff. But there's an opportunity to now say, hey, I'm a songwriter, I'm a producer, and, you know, I can help champion the cause of setting proper laws that are in favor of myself and other creatives going forward there. And that's the beautiful thing with when something is new, is that there are no regulations really. But, you know, you kind of throw it up in the air and then you see, okay, this is what sticks and this is what stays, and this is how we, you know, set up regulations, and this is how we set laws. So it's advantageous to get in on the ground floor of things. So one of the first AI programs, okay, let me jump back into my notes. So I want to give you guys some more fascinating details and also some important people in the history of AI. So the logic theorists, created by Alan Newell and Herbert A. Simon in 1955-56, and this was one of the first AI programs, and it successfully proved 38 of 52 mathematical theorems. It even found some proofs more elegant than the original ones. So you have ELIZA, developed by Joseph Weizenbaum in 1966, an early natural language processing program that simulated conversations. That's crazy. While relatively simple, Eliza was surprisingly effective at fooling some users into believing they were interacting with a human. It highlighted the potential for machines to exhibit human-like communication. And then you have Deep Blue, and this was an IBM chess playing computer system. In 1957, Deep Blue famously defeated world chess champion Gary Kasparov, I hope I said that right, making a significant milestone in the history of AI, and then demonstrating the power of specialized AI systems. And then you have Watson, an IBM supercomputer that uses natural language processing and machine learning to answer questions. And in 2011, Watson competed in the game show Jeopardy! And defeated 2 human champions, showcasing its ability to understand and process human language in a complex and challenging environment. And then you have, I know I'm gonna say this wrong, Jan LeCun and Yeshua Bengio and Jeffrey Hinton, often referred to as. So I had a little problem. My headphones turned off. So I'm gonna jump right back into it. Often referred to, these three gentlemen were often referred to as the godfathers of deep learning. Their pioneering work in the 1980s and 90s on artificial neural networks, particularly convolutional neural networks, laid the foundation for the deep learning revolution that we're witnessing today. So then you have the AI winter, which I got into in a previous video. It's the periods of reduced funding and public interest in AI research due to the failure to meet overly ambitious expectations. And that's just where timing kind of comes into play too. Like, things were much different back in the 50s, you know, whereas the technology for a lot of things was around in the 50s. But now it's the time for it. Like, we're all into technology. We use technology for everything, basically. So getting back into it, there were 2 major AI winters, one in the 70s and another one was in the 80s. And these periods of stagnation served as valuable lessons, I'm sure it did, emphasizing the importance of realistic goals and sustainable research approaches. So that is it for the history of AI. There will be a series of videos, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and that you're following